Welcome back, Tadpolechess. Today we are going to be showing you how to make a plan. So, have you ever reached move 10 in chess and thought, I have no idea what to do now? You're not alone because most beginners don't lose because they can't calculate. They lose because they don't have a plan. In this video, I'll show you a simple step-by-step 6-step plan to make a plan in almost any position. Let's dive right into it. So, step one, before thinking about your own move, ask yourself, what is my opponent threatening? Can they win a piece? Can they checkmate me? Are they attacking me? One of my pieces? Many games are simply lost because players ignore their opponent's threats. Let's give an example of this. So, let's say you're playing the Italian. Let's say you ignore your opponent's threat of taking on e4. They take the pawn, and you go for this. They take here, you go here, and they ignore your threat and try to attack with this. And now black is completely losing. This is just one example of how somebody could lose by not looking at their opponent's threats. So the next step is find your worst piece. Ask yourself what piece is doing the least. What piece is doing nothing of use? Maybe one of your pieces is not very good currently. Let's say we get into a middle game. Let's say you do just fine. You've watched like some of my videos and you know how to play like opening principles. Let's say you've watched some of Fun Master Mike's videos. Let's say you've watched some good videos. And now, let's say that you have found your worst piece, which is probably your rook on a1. You could improve this rook or this rook because both are not doing very good. First, you have to ask yourself, what is my opponent threatening? And well, they're threatening this, so you have to do something about it. So you play this. They go here, you go back, defending against that threat. Let's say now they take, you take, he takes, you take, and now you have some bad pieces. Let's say you improve your putting on e1, which is okay. I mean, you could do that. But me personally, I would use my other rook because then you could, holy voice crack. Then you could go for like something like this, and you can support your other pawn. This is another example of that. Okay, now step three. Step three is look for a weakness. Ask questions like, is one of my opponent's pieces undefended / weak? Is their king safe? Can I outpost a knight or something? Is there an open file for my rook? Look for a target for yourself. Let's say you play a regular opening, you get into, let's say, a position like, for example, like this. Now you have to look for a weakness. They have a weakness here, they have a weakness here. Let's say they play something like h6 because they don't want you to go after this. Now you can target the weakness on b7. They defend against that. which is good. But now they already have another problem because this is pinned. So this is an example of how to create a weakness, or you could even go for something maybe like d4. I know it sounds really bad. It doesn't look very good after takes, but there is d5, and this is not very good for black. You've created a weakness that is very hard to defend, and is possibly even losing for black. This is just one example of, step 3, which was creating weakness. Now, step 4 is improving your position. If you don't see a tactic, don't force one. Instead, improve a piece, connect your rooks, put a rook on an open file, centralize your queen, move your king to safety if it isn't already in safety. Strong players like myself and other people or often improve their position before launching an attack. So, to improve our position, just improving until we get a shot at attacking. This is why I play this opening often. We're improving. Say that your opponent is forcing an attack. And now, let's castle our king to safety. Now let's say they go for rook b8 or something. And now you have the opportunity to strike, only after improving your pieces enough so that you can attack. And this is very hard to defend already again. As, let's say, black continues. Let's say they catch on that you're trying to attack. Let's say they go for bishop to e6. You capture, they capture, obviously not wanting to lose their queen. You go for queen to d2. They take, and you already have a very massive attack. And this is impossible to defend. They are checkmated on the next move. So yeah, that's an example of number 4, which was improving your pieces before you can attack. Now, step 5. Step 5 is reevaluate, or never mind. Step 5 is create a threat. I was moving ahead of myself. Create a threat that now that your pieces are active. I kind of was showing that. What can I make my opponent worry about? What could I attack or start attack? What could I put pressure on? Or could I invade with a knight? Could I have an outpost for my knight? Say you're just playing a regular Sicilian and you're trying to create an outpost right here or here. You could go not there. I'm right here. I can't really draw arrows sometimes. I know I'm too washed for that, I guess. You could start by hitting this pawn. And most players in Black playing this Sicilian don't play e6 and g6 and d6. So you've created this outpost. Now we just have to utilize it. Let's try and go for an attack now that we have an outpost. Make a weakness. Let's say they go for something like bishop to d7, developing a piece. Now you go for f4, trying to bring the pawn to the attack. Let's say they go for h6. And you bring your knight back because it's undefended. Let's say they go for a6 with the plan of b5. Let's say now you finally go for knight to d5. They capture, you capture. They go for here, and you go for knight to h4. Let's say they go for e6. You take, they take, most likely. Then you go for this. They'd probably go here. not wanting to lose their bishop. Queen to e1, holding on to the knight. Let's say they finally make a mistake, like going here. And now you have the opportunity to strike. So you could go for bishop takes h6 here, most likely, and go for an attack like this. And this would be very hard to defend. As you can see, this is probably way better for white. And now, step 6. You have to reevaluate every process and move. Every time, ask yourself, what changed in the position? Do I still have the same plan? Can I do a better plan? Can I attack a piece? And this is a quick summary of what we just learned. This is a checklist for every move. So say, what is my opponent threatening? What's my worst piece? What weakness can I attack? How can I improve my position? And can I create a threat? Those are some of the most valuable things you could play in chess and learn in chess. How to create a plan is one of the most crucial things you can even learn how to do in chess, because if you don't know how to make a plan, you will most likely lose because you don't know what to do, and you will most likely blunder or do something not great. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and trying these holy stutter steps for a plan and see how much you will most likely improve a lot and get a game accuracy of above 80 or 85 if you followed all these steps, making a plan and played one of the openings that I may have showed, or for example showed how to play basically in this video. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.